How's it going, Trey? A couple for you. First of all, how's the knee feeling?
Good.
And what is the mood of the team right now? Obviously, a couple of discouraging losses in a row. Has there been any kind of, fire and brimstone speech in the locker room amongst yourselves, or just how are y'all approaching this week?
We're just trying to come closer as a group, as a unit, and just focus on why we play this game, because it was fun. When we were little, we just enjoyed putting the helmet and shoulder pads on and running around and hitting each other. And that's what we're trying to get back to, is having, just having fun and playing and flying around and making plays.
Obviously, it's tough when you have this many injuries that are kind of going around the team just in practice here. What have you seen from the guys that are trying to step up and fill those roles?
Guys are, learning and playing their butts off, trying to step up and make plays to help this football team. And I think that as leaders, as older guys, we're trying to do a better job of helping those guys come along and just really pouring into those guys. And I'm excited for what these young guys will do.
Coach Beamer was kind of talking about how tough it can be to practice when you have so many offensive linemen injured, because it's hard to develop depth and stuff. How have you guys kind of adjusted how you practice, and is there any creativity in doing that without having as many healthy offensive line bodies as you would like?
Yeah, a few more scout periods, and just cycling more guys in there, guys that might not have been playing as much on that field with us. So just getting more guys in there, getting more bodies in there, and just really trying to create depth and help people learn.
Yeah, Shane was kind of talking about on Sunday that, some of the tight ends have had to kind of slot in on the offensive line during practice to kind of simulate. I think it was Missouri's right tackle last week.
Yeah.
Have you or Josh or anyone, Connor, had to step in there and play some tackle?
No, so it's on the scout field. So some of those younger guys, I think Lucas Vose stepped in there and did a great job. They said his set looks pretty good, so we might have to throw some weight on him. But those guys, just love the room, the unselfish nature of trying to do whatever we can to get the team ready to play.
Trey, I know it's only your first year here, but I know during your time at Arkansas you had some difficult years in 2019, 2020.
Oh,
I bring that up just because as a upperclassman, as someone that has gone through stuff like that, how important is it to be able to have upperclassmen right now to be able to show the underclassmen how to battle through adversity, especially these next couple weeks?
Very important. I try to lead by example. First and foremost, you'll see me with a smile on my face every time I come through the door. Just want to make it as fun as possible, because that's really what it's all about. If you don't have fun playing the game, then you can't play at your best. And so just trying to be that encouragement and that voice, because the younger guys, some of those guys that just came from high school, their season's almost over by now. So just trying to help them push through and just being that that guiding voice and the light at the end of the tunnel. And we're just trying to make it fun, and we're go out there and play our butts off and win games.
Some of the red zone struggles on Saturday, was there anything you could maybe put your finger on what happened there, or maybe how do you go about correcting that going into this week?
We just got to clean up minor details. Just missed guys here, wrong route there. Just hurting ourselves really. It's hard to win in this conference when you hurt yourself. So we just got to find ways to stop doing that, and we'll be fine.
Now you're pretty familiar with playing against Texas A&M over the years, but I guess this will be your first time in College Station.
Second time we played in COVID, but that really don't count for real.
Right,
so.
Yeah, so I was going to ask, what do you know about kind of their home atmosphere and how challenging?
I know the stadium's huge, and their fan base is very lively, but when I was at Arkansas, we always played them in Dallas, so never really got a chance to see the full atmosphere at Kyle Field, but I'm very excited.
You made reference a couple of times about making it fun. What are the signs when you see a guy who's maybe struggling and it's not fun to him at this point?
I think we're so in this thing, we're trying to be as perfect as possible, and there's no way to be perfect. Everybody falls short, everybody messes up. And so when guys, because we have a lot of guys on the team that care so much, and so they beat themselves up. I'm one included. I beat myself up if I have a bad play, but we have to let it go and just remember that we're out here because it's fun, because this is what we love to do. So when we can rekindle that love for the game and just throw all the thinking and stuff out the window, it just flows smoothly.
Kind of looking at what you've seen since you've gotten here, how has Omega Blake kind of stepped in? I know the receiver room has kind of been a little banged up this season, but how have you seen him mature and kind of step in and do what needs to be done to kind of help balance out some of the issues that have been going on there?
He's been very consistent. Practice habits, very good. And he cares so much. He wants to be perfect. Just I alluded to last question. Like, he's one of those guys that wants to be perfect, and we know that he cares and he loves the game of football. And so we can respect that. And so when he does mess up, I mean, we just go over there and just say, "Hey, man, you got this. You know, keep pushing." And that's when he'll take the next step. And I'm ready to see it. And I think, I mean, he can be a weapon for us. He's a heck of a football player.
Trey, you've made plays and had an impact this season. How would you assess your season, and is that hard to do when the outcome isn't what you'd like?
Definitely, because everybody wants to win every game. I mean, who doesn't? But I'm just glad that I'm helping put the team in positions to win football games and not hindering the team. And so I just try to do the best I can to help this team be the best that it possibly can week in and week out.
Obviously, as a graduate, how much are you wanting to try and lock up some of these games? Because obviously you want to end your career with a bowl game here, since it's probably your last season.
Yeah. Just not trying to look too far down the road, just taking one day at a time. And that's all you can really do, man, because once you start looking and weeks in advance, you lose sight of the blessing that you get to play college football. And I've really come to realize this with this being my last season. So I just try to take it all in stride.
Obviously, the tight end room, you guys are responsible a lot for blocking. What's it been like this week of trying to make sure Spencer stays upright more against Texas A&M?
I mean, it's definitely hard. Those D-line is, I mean, that's SEC ball and big bodies, twitched up guys, beast of men. I mean, and we're doing the best we can to create safe havens for Spencer to sit back there and deliver the ball. And we're just going to keep improving on that, and we'll be better because of last weekend.
Trey, I think Dowell was talking a little bit last week about you sort of being a second quarterback on the field, kind of helping guys find their assignments and stuff. Just what is that process like for you of kind of learning other people's roles on the field and communicating that?
I think it's second nature. I take in information very well. And so I love to learn what everybody does. I mean, I'll go stand there and listen to the O-line's calls, just even on pass pro, because I want to know what everybody's doing. I just love the game of football. And so I'm a big conceptual thinker, and I think that's the best way to learn football is learn conceptually. So when I learn what everybody's doing, it makes my job easier because I can understand why I have to get my depth on this route because I have to open up or high-low this guy. And it just helps to know the why of what you're doing so that you can do it effectively. But, I mean, I just love helping people and being that guy that knows it all because, I mean, who wouldn't want to be that guy? Appreciate y'all.